everyone, happy Valentine's Day. You'll notice that I'm filming in a different location. This is the lounge to one of the clubs that I'm in at the moment. It's the only quiet place on campus right now, and the only place where I can talk about sex where people won't look at me funny. So today's topic is going to be all about Valentine's Day and finding that someone or dealing with it on your own if you're going to be single for Valentine's Day, and all the things that you can do to deal with it in your own way. So the first thing that we should talk about is the history of Valentine's Day. You'll notice that I'll be popping in and out of different places as I'm filming this, just because I realized as I was editing that I couldn't use that footage. So yeah, you're gonna see me in different outfits and in different places. So Valentine's Day was actually named after Saint Valentine, who was actually Christian. And traditionally, this holiday is actually used to celebrate the love for one another in romantic relationships. So it does kind of put a hindering sort of factor onto single people, and it does make single people feel a little bit more singled out, you could say. So to keep yourself from feeling lonely if you are going to be single on Valentine's Day, to keep in mind that it's just one day of the year, and yes, everybody is going to be spending it with their loved ones, but I'm pretty sure there will be one other friend that you will have who you can spend Valentine's Day with, and if not, just troll the internet. That's what I do. If you're single and you're looking for somebody for Valentine's Day, here's a couple tips that might help you actually find somebody to get you not single. Tip number 1, be yourself. Everybody loves it when you're yourself, and you're only going to attract someone who actually likes you for yourself if you actually act like yourself. Acting like anybody else, it comes off fake. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is figuring out what you want from this relationship, or what you want from this whole night. Do you want this to actually turn into a relationship? Do you want friends with benefits? Do you just want to hang out with somebody, share common interests, or do you want an NSA hookup? It's all about what you want, and when you find out what you want, that's when you go out and get it. Tip number 3, play it cool and play it relaxed. It's only one day of the year. There's no reason for you to get uptight just because you don't have a date for just one night. And just because it's one night doesn't mean that you have to only have a date on that night. So definitely expand your horizons and think outside the box. Think, if I can't get a date on the 14th, what if I get one on the 15th? And I guarantee restaurants will definitely be available at that time. Tip number 4. You gotta grow balls for this sort of thing. You have to have courage. You have to have strength to actually go up to a person and ask them out. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. Yeah, you may be rejected, but the worst that can happen is that they'll say no. And if they say no, then you have the next person to ask. And if you're just looking for someone to hang out with, you really don't have that high of a rejection rate, because chances are, if they're in the same position as you, they will most likely say yes. So you may not be feeling all this single advice that I'm giving because you're already in a relationship, or you already may have a date for Valentine's Day. And in that case, I have a whole other set of tips for you guys. Tip number 1, play it cool. You gotta play it cool. You can't necessarily plan for something that you want to happen, but you should plan for something that could happen. And this means coming prepared with condoms. Condoms are always a plus because they protect against unwanted pregnancies, and they protect against unwanted STDs and HIVs. Tip number 2, be yourself. Be genuine. Be honest. A girl is already there, or a guy is already there because they already like you, and now they want to see the real you. So you're put to the test, and by that I mean, can you perform to be a real human being? And if you can, good on you. So that means no roboticness. You gotta show emotion once in a while. You have to show the real you. You have to be like, hey, this is me. Take it or leave it, because I'm awesome. And if you don't think I'm as awesome as I think I am, then you're probably not worth my time. Tip number 3. If you kind of already know the person that you're going on a date with, that's great. You already have a head start. If not, try to find out something about the other person that you're dating. Try to find their Facebook, try to contact their friends or anything like that, and see what this person is actually into. That way you have an idea of what to do with them. If all else fails, just ask them what they would prefer to do. So getting to know what your date actually likes actually helps. And then during the conversation part of your date, you can actually talk about those things that they like and deepen your understanding as to what they really like and what they're not so fond of. And you can actually provide great conversation by actually knowing a few key details about the person. Tip number 4. Okay, this tip is really, really important. If your date says no to any sort of sexual contact, it is important that you respect their decision. Even if they say maybe, it's important that you keep that in the no zone, because you don't really know what they mean by maybe, so keeping it in the no zone definitely respects all sorts of answers or all sorts of reactions that you might get from them. You just don't want the night ending badly, and just because everybody else is getting romantically and sexually involved doesn't mean you have to or your partner has to as well. So I'm aware that most of you don't know how to make the first move when it comes to contacting that other person that you like or trying to get them on a date with you. So I've devised different ways that you guys could say it. Do you want to grab some coffee? So I heard about this new restaurant and I'd really like to try it. Would you want to come with me? Hey, so me and my friends were going to see a movie tonight and I'm just wondering if you want to come with me. I think you're cute and I'd really like to get to know you more, so do you want to go on a date? If you're not the type of person to make the first move, here are some great ways that you could make a move but not necessarily make the first move, as in asking the person out. You know, I think you're a really cool person. We should hang out sometime. If you're in school right now, you could send them a candygram. If you're one of the types of people who give out Valentines every year, like me, you can just send them a Valentine. Smile at them as they walk past, and send them a message saying, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day. What are you doing tonight?" When all is said and done, and at the end of your night, make sure that you stay safe and that you have fun. Make sure you're using condoms, make sure you have everything that you need for that night, and make sure that you get home safely if you are drinking or anything like that. I'm Kaylee and you're watching Sex Positive TV. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you want to leave a comment or another suggestion, leave one below and I'll get back to you as always. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!